Hello, creatives. I wanted to talk to you about a topic that keeps coming up with my coaching clients, and that is the fear of visibility. If this is something you're going through, let's say you're a photographer and you want to book more sessions and you feel like you're not getting any bookings. Maybe you're an artist, you're not selling any of your paintings. Maybe you created a course and no one's signing up for it. And you want all these things, but on the other hand, you're afraid to put yourself out there. So visibility is really helpful, especially nowadays with the whole digital social media thing, and it's so easy to get yourself out there, more so than it was before all of social media. So I want you to first acknowledge the fear. And a great way to do this is to whip out that journal and to write down, like, what is it that you're actually afraid of? So if, let's say you're afraid to post on social media, you're afraid to show your work. What is the worst thing that can happen? You'll get a negative comment, maybe you won't get any comments at all, and that it's gonna make you feel bad, right? Or you're gonna take it personally, like, oh, my art isn't good enough, or no one wants to hire me. Whatever that is coming up for you, write it down in the journal, because when we're thinking about it in our heads, we make it so much bigger. But then when we write it down, it just becomes, we can look at it more objectively. So we could say, like, okay, I'm afraid I'm going to get a nasty comment. So what? Then what? Like, is that the worst thing that could happen? Great if that's the worst thing that could happen. It's like, who cares? To get a comment from a stranger, like, who cares? So you want to write out your fear, acknowledge the fear, write it out, and see what comes up for you. I also have notes to remind me what I wanted to talk about. And visibility is really important. So you see how there's like that balance. You want to get sales, you want your artwork to sell, you want to get your art out there, but you're not willing to put yourself out there. So that's why it's good to acknowledge the fear, and then, you know what? Feel the fear and do it anyway. That's what I always do. Feel the fear and just do it anyway. And you'll see it's not going to be as scary as you're making it to be. And I saw a quote recently that said, fear itself is bigger than what you are afraid of. I'm paraphrasing, but it's something like that. So what you want to do also is maybe reframe the fear, or reframe why you're afraid to put yourself out there. So you might be thinking, like I might be thinking, like, oh, they're going to make fun of my frizzy hair, or maybe I said something, I didn't sound professional, or I flubbed my words, whatever that is. But guess what? That way the focus is on me, instead of saying, like, wait, I have something important to say that could actually help someone. So I'm reframing it, and I'm putting the focus on you, how I can help you. And this could be the same as an artist or a photographer. There might be someone that's looking at their blank walls, wishing they had something beautiful to have a more inspiring space. And then they see your art and they're like, oh yes, that's what I want to get. Or if you're a photographer, there might be someone having an event and they want someone that can capture the event for them. And they see you and your work and they're like, yes. So by you putting yourself out there, you're seeing how you could help other people. So take the focus off of yourself and put the focus on the people that you're there to help and serve. Okay, so let's reframe that. And then start small. So do what's doable. So instead of thinking like, oh, I have to go live on Instagram or Facebook, like that might be too big of a jump from where you are now. But can you commit to posting like a regular post once a week? And when that becomes comfortable, just increase it until, that one post a week feels like, oh my God, that was nothing. Now I can just keep doing more and see what just feels good. Get comfortable at that level and then increase. So do small steps, baby steps, to start getting yourself out there. So if you are starting from 0, you don't have to go to 100. Start at 1. Do 1 post a week and see how that feels. And then you want to celebrate along the way. So if you've been consistent by posting once a week, celebrate, yay, I did it. And that will help you feel better and move to the next level. If, let's say, you were engaging, maybe you went on someone else's post and you commented. So that's another way of putting yourself out there. That's engaging. Celebrate that. Because remember, you're not only there to sell your work, but you might be able to create connections, build your community, and maybe do some kind of collaborations. So it's not only about just selling your art, that's part of it, or selling your services. But think of all the other things. How can you help people? How can you maybe collaborate and all these other things? So I want you to try to start reframing visibility, get clear on why you're afraid, what's making you fearful, and is it the worst case scenario? Like, I've had worst case scenarios actually happen, and I'm still here to talk about it. So when Clubhouse, the social media app Clubhouse, became popular, I joined it, and it's an audio app, and I wanted to open up, they call them rooms, so I can discuss, I think at that time it was about vision boards. And I was like, I'm so afraid, what if I do it and no one shows up? Guess what happened? No one showed up. So my fear actually came true. But I'm still here to talk about it. It's funny, like actually no one knew until I'm telling you about it now, right? It's not like everyone was looking at me and they saw no one showed up to my room. No, it wasn't like that. I realized no one knew, only I knew, so who cares? But I could talk about it now because it shows I survived that moment, and you can too. So start small. And if you feel like you need support in this area, reach out and see how we can work together. I have coaching sessions, I do one-on-one, we have group, all of that. I'm here to help you. So don't feel like you have to do it alone. I'm here to be your support, okay? So let me know if you have any questions. This is Stacey Natal coming to you from New York City. I am an artist and a photographer and a creative myself, but I'm also a creative coach, and I support other creatives on their creative journey. So let's do this. You can get your stuff out there. Just show up, do it, feel the fear, and do it anyway. Don't wait for the fear to go away, because it never will. I'm telling you now, it just never will. You just have to take that deep breath and do it. And you can. I have faith in you. Let me know if you have any questions, and I'll see you soon.